and then it doesn't work. And so hopefully we can get the signal and have a good broadcast here tonight for the viewers.
A good broadcast and hopefully a good game tonight for the Vikings. Tony, looking for their first win of the season, sitting at 0-10, and with that record, they are the 8th seed in this 8-team field at the Lancer Classic, going up against the host school, Southeast, who is also the #1 seed. They're sitting at 9-1. Of course, no common opponents, so it's really hard to get a feel. And we think Southeast is 2A this year. Parsons, of course, 4A. But sometimes we're right about this, sometimes we're wrong, Tony. But just looking as the teams warm up, I see a fairly even contest.
Yeah, I agree.
Despite the difference in seeding and record.
Yeah.
There's generally speaking, there's a big difference between 4A basketball and 2A basketball.
Exactly.
So we'll see if that holds true tonight. Southeast, they're a solid ball club. I know that, and you don't get to be 9-1 unless you're doing some things right. And Tony, we talked a little bit about this on the drive over. Vikings, they almost seem to have more cohesiveness in December, than they do in January.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the kids have to do to kind of right the ship and start playing basketball like they're capable of playing?
Yeah, I think we just need to get back to some of the lineups that we had before Christmas. I mean, we had Marion Morton and Jason Shaw playing quite a bit. So I really haven't seen those two on the court at the same time.
And I noticed one time,
Christmas, so.
I know Jason sat out a game.
Yeah, so did Morton.
And I don't,
illness. I don't know.
Illness, I don't know. We're just guessing. But, yeah, there were some I agree with you. Some of those lineups where things kind of were clicking back in December in the game they should have won against Mulvane, and that nice comeback they had against LCHS that fell short. So we know there's some skill out there. They just haven't put it together yet for 4 quarters, other than that Mulvane contest. And I'm curious still to see how the 6'5" Cole Kennett impacts this team, because you had Largent was the only big guy that we really had, and he's a good ball player. But when you're the only one, it's tough. And then obviously if he'd have to come out for a breather or foul trouble, we got considerably smaller.
Yep.
And I know Coach Howe actually started both of his bigs last game. I don't know if he'll do whatever he thinks is best as far as matchups go, I'm sure. But the Vikings, in my mind, this is a winnable game.
Yeah, I don't think it's your typical 1 versus 8 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Neodache wins the first game against Seneca in the boys' side, and then Riverton pretty much dominated Columbus.
Yeah, they
in that
did.
second game. Towards the end it got to about 15 or 16 at the end, but it was almost close to 30 midway through the third quarter. So it was a pretty dominant. And Riverton's had some really good teams the last few years.
Oh, they've been loaded.
They've got some good ball handlers and a good team. So, and then the game after this is Baxter and Commerce. And then talking to the gentleman from Commerce that knew a lot about things, he said the Commerce boys team is down. So, I mean, if we can win this game, who knows? We can get the finals.
Oh, looks like we've got a national anthem. We'll step away for a 2-minute break and be right back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Reaching your goals is closer than you think at Labette Community College. With 25 programs of study, 6 certificate options, and a campus that cares, your journey at LCC is sure to lead to success. Become a Cardinal. Visit labette.edu to learn more today.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
For the Vikings, a senior, number 5, Connor Largent. For the Lancers, a junior, number 21, Tyler Warner. For the Vikings, a senior, number 23, Jason Shaw. For the Lancers, a senior, number 22, Blake. And for the Lancers, a senior, number 50,
And we are back
Garrett
live at the
Berger.
Lancer Classic. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. I'll run through the starting lineups for you very quickly. First, for the top-seeded Lancers, they will go with senior Zane Gayburn, senior Tracel Galindo, junior Tyler Warner, senior Blake Robinson, and senior Garrett Berger. Starting for the Vikings this evening, it will be 6' senior Deshaun Pleasant, 5'8" sophomore Andre Ford, 6'4" senior Connor Largent, 6'1" senior Jason Shaw, and 6'5" senior Cole Kennett. So once again, Tony, coach going with the 2 big guys.
Yeah.
And they're both seniors.
I like
you
it.
know.
I like it a lot.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's a good move, and let's put it out there and see what happens. I like Ford, the way he moves the ball, and he's quick, and he's just going to get better. Andre Ford and Pleasant's a good ball handler. So, and then Shaw, I mean, he can score it too. So this is probably the best lineup we can put out there.
And we are underway. Robinson, quick 3-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound by Southeast, no good, but a second try. Now another offensive rebound, and they will reset. So good rebounding on this first possession by the Lancers. Warner, the junior, gets a screen out top, gets into the paint, misses it, and it's rebounded out by Shaw.
Wow.
So several opportunities for the Lancers, but they couldn't convert on their opening possession. That's a backcourt violation. Jason Shaw backed all the way up to half court and stepped on the line.
Yeah, that's a silly mistake there.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before, Tony, because it's not like it was a press or anything.
No.
He just lost track of where he was on the court. So here we go. Lancers have it. Tyler Warner, the junior. Vikes are in a zone. Going to dare the Lancers probably to shoot from the outside. Ball tipped away, and the Vikes should have had it, but Shaw couldn't get a clean handle on it, and he loses it out of bounds. So the Lancers will reset. They're in their home white. Parsons in their traveling black. 3-pointer from the corner is an air ball, and the Vikes weren't ready for that. They were expecting it to hit the rim, and then a 1-footer rims out.
Wow. Five missed shots.
Yeah, Garrett Berger, he's a big kid. He's already set some killer screens.
4 offensive rebounds already for the Lancers.
Yeah, Vikings have got to box out. Galindo has it. Gets it in the corner. The Lancers will reset. Warner with it out top. Now the Vikes playing good defense here, but still plenty of time on the shot clock, 10 seconds. Gaber, nice spin move in the paint. He cannot get the roll. But I thought it was going to be another offensive board, but instead it was Ford finally corralling it for the Vikings. Good look up ahead, and the shot goes down for Heitman.
Yeah, that's a big bucket.
So the Vikes are on the board first, even though it's been the Lancers who have about all the shots at the basket here in the early going. 2-0, Vikes. And then an errant pass led the big man, Garrett Berger, by just a little bit. He had rolled to the basket and was going to have an easy layup.
Yeah, Lancers started out 0 for 6.
And some of those have just been point-blank range. It's kind of like what the Parsons girls went through last night.
Almost identical to that.
Ford into the front court. Looks like Southeast is in a man-to-man. Ford now to Morton. Now to Shaw, step back 3, it's off the mark, no good. Great offensive board by Heitman, and he puts it in. So the 6'1 sophomore off to a quick start. He has all 4 points for the Vikings. Quickly at the other end, Warner with a nice move on the baseline, and he gets the roll. So he gets Southeast on the board. It's Parsons 4, Southeast 2, 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Heitman, quick move. Now out to Shaw. Shaw penetrates. Nowhere to go. Back out to Largent for a guarded 3. No good. And great rebound by Morton. And he goes up strong, but he can't get it. Largent will try it, and he gets it to go off the glass. Tony, on the way over, we said, man, the Vikings have to have a good first quarter. And things look like they might be starting to click just a little bit. 6-2 lead for the Vikes, 5:10 to go. Clock is not moving. The clock is stuck actually at 5:12. How long will it take for somebody to notice? The shot clock is going, the game clock is not.
Yeah.
Nice drive again by Warner. He scores, and it is 6-4, and the clock is still stuck at 5:12. The officials keep close eye on the shot clock, but how often do they ever look at the game clock?
Clock's not running. Clock. The clock's not running.
And so now that was my a missed shot, and Southeast comes out of it, but the Vikings get it. Now the clock is finally running. There's probably at least 30 seconds that should have ran off that didn't. And now we have a traveling violation, tough break on Morton. And so it is a turnover on the Vikings. Heitman leading the way for Parsons with 4 early points. They lead Southeast 6-4, 5:01 to go in what will now be an extended first quarter because somehow the clock got stopped.
I'd say it's about 40 seconds.
Could have been, yeah, definitely could have been that long because I don't know how long it had been stopped when I glanced up at it. So Tyler Warner, the junior, has his pocket picked, but it goes out of bounds. Heitman has come to play here for the Vikings tonight. He's all over the place.
He's aggressive.
Galindo to throw it in, gets it into Warner, and he is picked up again by Heitman as the Vikings now stay in their man-to-man. Warner, he's very aggressive, turns in the paint, can't get that one to go. Shaw runs it down for Parsons. Shaw, bounce pass to Largent, got blocked. I think if he had gone up, Tony, he may have scored, but he tried to pump fake, and his defender didn't bite. That's a heck of a matchup down there between Berger and Largent. Vikes get it in the corner to Largent. Back to Shaw for a 3. It's a little short and pulled out by Galindo. Here comes Southeast with a chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Parsons leading at 6-4, 4:17 to go in quarter number 1. Robinson out to Galindo. Now Warner with it. Warner calls out the play. Over to Galindo on the left wing. Parsons staying in a pretty sticky man-to-man. Ball kicked into, really? That ball is kicked into the backcourt, but Southeast gets bailed out. They're going to call a foul on Morton. What do you think, Tony?
I don't agree with that one at all. I think it was kicked by Southeast.
Yeah, it was. It would have been the Vikings' ball. Galindo over to Robinson. In the corner to Warner. 3:48 to go in the first quarter. 6-4. Vikings on top. Warner loves to drive, and he gets fouled by Heitman. That will be his first and the team's second. Warner really hasn't shown any desire to shoot from the outside, Tony.
No.
He just bulls his way into the paint. They get it into Warner down low, but he kicks it out for a three. That is good. Knocking it down, Blake Robinson, a former Parsons kid, according to Tony Fuentes. There's a three-pointer at the other end. Goes down. Morton, 5'10 junior, puts the Vikings back on top, 9-7. 3:20 to go in quarter number one. Robinson pulls up from about 14. Got it to go off the glass. So 5 quick points for Robinson, and we are tied at 9 points apiece. Houck for 3. He got it to go.
That's something we haven't had much this year, 3-pointers.
Yeah, they've been few and far between. Houck comes in off the bench. Boy, that could have been a charge. They swallow their whistle, though, and the layup goes down for Tyler Warner. He now has 6. 12-11, Vikings by 1. Morton into pain. He's going to have to get out of there, and he does. Pleasant with a little floater, can't get the roll, and it's pulled out of there by the Lancers. Here comes Robinson with it. Parsons leading 12-11, 2:28 to go in quarter number one. Warner, the top of the key, kicks it over to Galindo. Robinson almost took steps. Oh, a tough shot. Turnaround is short and rebounded out by the Vikings. Morton slows things up, gets it into the front court, and we have a timeout called by Coach Houck. 2:07 to go in quarter number one. Vikes lead by 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Back at the Lancer Classic, 2:07 to go in quarter number one. Been a good first quarter. Vikes lead at 12-11. Vikes get the ball into Shaw, back out to Houck. Gives it off to Ford. Lancers have come out in a zone out of this timeout. Vikes find Pleasant on the near side. Out top to Ford. Turnaround jumper is short by Heitman and pulled out of there by the Lancers. That was Sims who checked in out of the timeout. Lancers with the chance to regain the lead. Galindo with it, kicks it out to Robinson. He thought about a 3. Galindo finds an open teammate on the near side. 3-pointers an air ball, and the Vikings snag the rebound. Shaw, the senior, into the front court. Vikes with the ball in a 1-point lead. Minute 15 to go in quarter number one. Houck wants to try another 3. That one's going to be short. Pleasant has the offensive rebound and then loses it. And at the other end, the layup goes down. Tough break for the Vikes. Warner with 8 points in the first quarter. Vikes will have to figure out a way to slow down the juniors. It's a 1-point lead now. Oh, good look underneath, and Pleasant is going to have an easy basket off the glass. That's his first basket. Vikings lead by 1, 14-13, 43 seconds to go in what's been an entertaining first quarter here in the first round of the Lancer Classic. Warner. This time we get an offensive foul, and I'm not even sure about that one, Tony. I thought Pleasant might have been a half second late.
He extended the elbow.
Did he?
Yeah.
He extended his arm.
If he wouldn't have extended that elbow, I think Pleasant was falling.
Okay.
I think it would have been a block, but I think because I seen that elbow all the way out.
So that is the first foul on Warner, and believe it or not, the first foul on the Lancers here in the first quarter. Vikings only whistled for 2 fouls, so been a pretty clean first quarter. Vikes can hold for 1 if they wish. Lancers are in basically a 2-1-2 zone, but they're bringing it all the way out to half court. They're not going to let the Vikings just run it down and take the last shot easily. 13 seconds. Shaw's awfully close to that half court line again, Tony.
Yeah, dangerous.
Spin move, gets it over to Ford with 4 seconds, lost it out of bounds and went off Southeast, fortunately. So now the Vikings have 3 seconds to work with. You know, they work on plays like this all the time, Tony, at practice. Into the quarter,
quick
into the
shot.
half. See what they come up with. Shaw from the far side gets it good. Look down to Largent. Oh, but he missed it. And Coach Houck thought there should have been a foul, and they did not get the whistle. So that's the end of the first quarter with your score. Parsons 14, Lancers 13. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
And we're back at the Lancer Classic just in time for the start of quarter number 2. Vikings will have the first possession. They are leading this one 14-13. Vikings the number 8 seed. Lancers the number 1 seed in the 2026 edition of the Lancer Classic. Ford with it out top. Now to Largent. Southeast has gone back to a man-to-man. They switched to a zone at the end of the first quarter. Switching things up just a bit on the Vikes. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Largent out at the top of the key. Takes a couple of dribbles. Hands off to Ford. Ford, tough shot in the paint. It goes. What a shot by Ford. He is the 6th Viking to score. Lancers only have 2 guys in the book, Warner and Robinson. But it's 16-13. Vikes by 3. Long 3 is short and rebounded by Jason Shaw of the Vikings. Quickly up ahead to Ford. He sees a path to the basket. Oh, he missed a layup. Tough break by the Vikes. So here comes Warner with it. He was a headache in the first quarter for the Vikes. He put up 8 points. Galindo swings it over to Sims. Now Warner has it. He wants to back down the smaller Pleasant, and he scores again. He is in double figures with 10. Might have to put a bigger man on him, Tony, but
yeah.
But he's also pretty quick, too, so 1 point lead for the Vikes at 16-15. Ford needs help, kicks it out to a wide open Houck for 3, but it's off the mark. Battle for the loose ball. Warner had it poked away, but they're going to get Shaw on the foul. Probably a good call.
So the stats in the first quarter, Scott: 4 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 6 for 15 for 40%. Both teams, the exact same stat all the way across.
Wow, that's incredible.
What's crazy is Southeast shot 6 shots before we shot 1.
Yes, they did. They had a ton of cracks at the basket early on. And they have a chance to regain the lead on this possession. Parsons leading 16-15, 6:05 to go in our first half. Gayburn to the big man in the middle, up and under. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. He has had terrible shooting luck here in the first half. That was Berger, couldn't get it to stay down. Vikes with the ball in a 1-point lead. Pleasant on the left wing to the free throw line. Spin move. Oh, great move. And he didn't use the glass and he missed it. And now it goes out of bounds, and I hope that Lancer player, oh, that was Warner, hit the deck hard. Vikes will keep possession. Man, we heard that all the way up here, Tony.
Wow, that was tough.
He really hit the floor hard, but he is going to stay in the game. Tough kid. Shaw from the baseline gets it down low. Another block shot. He says he was fouled. He can't believe they didn't blow the whistle. They're going to give Berger the block. And another chance for the Lancers to take the lead. Warner barrels over a Viking defender. No call. Berger this time, the big man is able to lay it in, and the Lancers have a 1-point lead at 17-16, 5:12 to go in the first half. Three-pointer goes down for Morton. That's his second three of the first half. Tony, you said we'd been missing that three-point shooting.
Yep.
The Vikes have 3 of them here in the first half against the Lancers. So it's a 2-point lead for the Vikes. Warner on the left wing gets it down low to Gayburn, kicks it out. That's a travel, sure enough. Sims shuffled his feet, and it's a turnover. Vikings get the ball back. Cole Kennett checking back into the lineup for the Vikes. He's going to give fellow senior Connor Largent a breather. 19-17, Vikes by 2, 4:52 to play in the first half. Vikings looking for their first win of the season. Shaw left wide open for a three. Nobody picked him up, and he drains it.
Yeah, he can shoot it. If you leave him wide open, he's going to knock it down.
Now a wide open three at the other end, an air ball, and who'd it go off? Went off Southeast. Yeah, I think this is the biggest lead of the night for the Vikings. 22-17. Do we have a timeout? Yep, timeout. Called just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here at the gym, and I'll say thank you to some of our sponsors while we have a break in the action. Thank you to Labette Health, Bartlett Co-op, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Labette Community College, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Tank Connection, Clemens Insurance Agency, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Parsons District Schools, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Roy's Auto Service, also Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Labette Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Idea Tech, Day and Zimmerman, and Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing Services, all bringing you Viking basketball this season, and a big thank you to all of our sponsors. 4:32 to go in the first half. Vikes with the ball and a 5-point lead. Shaw into the front court to Morton at the top of the key. Pleasant thought about a 15-footer. There's Heitman. He had a good first quarter. Tough shot on the baseline. It's a little bit short, and then on the weak side, Robinson with the rebound and fouled by Pleasant.
Fouls on number 2, Deshaun Pleasant. His first personal foul.
So again, it's a 5-point lead for the Vikes with 4:15 to play in our first half. Vikes playing well, playing hard.
Am I correct? No free throws yet?
0 free throws
Okay.
here in the first half.
I was going to say, I didn't think I missed anything.
And ball is poked away. The Vikes have it. They get the steal. Warner had it poked away. Shaw to Pleasant at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Morton. He wants another three. Got it.
Wow. Unreal.
Morton with 3 threes, and he has 9 points to lead the way for the Vikes. They have their biggest lead at 25-17. Robinson wanted the three. Kicks it over to Gayburn in the corner. He's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it out top to Sims. Now Berger has it. Boy, all kinds of problems on this possession for the Lancers, and then a silly foul by Shaw bailed them out. No need to reach in that situation. And he just picked up his second personal, and the Vikes really need his senior leadership out on the floor, but I assume he's going to come out probably for the rest of the half. He'll be replaced by Ford. 8-point lead for the Vikes, 3:20 to go in the first half. Lancers get it into Berger. Of course, shot clock resets after the foul. Warner kicks it over to Robinson. Spin move. He's a good athlete. Step back. Goes down from about 18 feet out. Tough shot. 25-19, 6-point lead for the Vikes. 2:55 to go in our first half. Morton gets a couple guys in the air, and finally a whistle, and we're going to have a couple of free throws for the first time in this ball game.
Fouls on number 10, Dayton Sims. His first
Sims
personal.
gets his first personal, and the teams, I thought it was their first this quarter, but they show 2 on the scoreboard now. Now they can put it back to 1. First of 2 for Morton. It's good.
Mary Morton shooting free throws.
Strokes looking very pure here in the first half.
Yeah, this is definitely the best half he's had all year.
(26-19). Vikes lead by 7. Second free throw is good. 27-19. Morton on Berger. Berger will have a definite height advantage, but Morton's a strong kid. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch. Meanwhile, that's got to be a charge at no call. Fortunately, the layup missed. Who's going to get it? Vikes have it. Ford into the front court. Vikes looking for a double-digit lead on this trip. That could have been an illegal screen, not called, and now a traveling violation.
I didn't see that. I thought he kept his foot.
So tough break there for the Vikes, although like I said, Largent was awfully close to an illegal pick out around the top of the key. Almost a traveling violation. Sure enough, a slick spot on the floor. Tough break for Gayburn of the Lancers, and the Vikes get the ball right back. Down to 2:16 to go in the first half. Parsons leading it 27-19. Again, the 0-10 Vikings are the 8th seed here. Lancers sitting at 9-1 are the number 1 seed. The Vikes win 7 o'clock, right? Friday night, Tony?
If they win at 7, if they lose, it's 5:30.
Either way, Vikes will have a couple of days off after this first round matchup against the Lancers. Ford being hounded out top by Gayburn. Still has it, now gives it up to Largent. Lancers, who is that? Pleasant with it. Man, guarded by Berger, the big guy. Now he switches back over to Largent, and miscommunication. He thought Ford was maybe going to cut to the basket, and it didn't happen, so it's a turnover on the Vikes. Still an 8-point lead for Parsons. Minute 45 to go in quarter number 2. Lancers walk the ball into the front court. Robinson has it. Pulls up from about 10 and rattles it home, starting to find his stroke. He now has 9 points. 2 guys have 19 of the 21 points for the Lancers. Vikes lead by 6. Heitman kicks it out to Ford. Splits the defense. And then a nice pass underneath, and laying it in is Preston Heitman. Give the assist to Ford. Best half of basketball we've seen from the Vikes this month for sure. They lead by 8, 55 seconds to go in quarter number. Oh, great behind the back dribble by Warner, and he scores. Good athlete. And that is 12 points here in the first half for Warner. Vikes get it down to Heitman, and he's fouled. Vikes will take it out underneath their own basket with 42.9 seconds to go in our first half. Sims picks up his second and the team's second here in quarter number 2. He will head to the bench, replaced by Galindo. Shaw with those 2 fouls going to come in. Coach Hout going to roll the dice just a little bit.
Want him in for the offense.
Yep, absolutely.
Hopefully play a little offense, defense, switch him out.
See if the Vikes might try to play for 2 for 1 on these. Sure enough, they go for a quick shot, and Largent finally gets the call he was begging for earlier. Berger's going to get whistled for the foul, and Largent will have 2 free throws.
Number 50, Garrett Berger, his first personal.
Vikes lead by 6, 41 seconds to go in the first half. 6'4" senior with the first of 2. Got it.
Connor Largent shooting for the Vikings.
Largent now with 3 points. Trying to extend the Viking lead up to 8. Shot on the way, can't get the roll. And almost an offensive board, but Warner comes down with it. has his pocket pick, but Galindo runs it down for the Lancers. Warner is just relentless. Barrels over a couple of guys, and they're going to call it. All he did was trip over a guy under the basket. They're going to get Morton on the foul, and Coach
That's
Howe points it out.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Morton. That's his second. They show 7 fouls on the Vikings. That can't be right.
Yeah, that's only the fourth or the fifth. I think it was only the fourth. Yeah, they made a mistake.
So
it should only be 4.
Yeah,
20. It was 3-2 before that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, not sure what happened there. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Shot clock is off. Parsons leading at 30-23. Should not be free throws. Should absolutely not be free throws. They're going to try to get that straightened out.
Yeah, they said 4.
Seems like there's a bit of a gremlin in the scoreboard here in the first half. So here we go. Lancers to throw it in, get it into Warner. He's been their go-to guy for the entire first half. Tough shot. Didn't have a good angle. Who's going to get the rebound? Knocked out of bounds. Oh, it's going to stay with Southeast. Tough break for the Vikes.
Wow.
Big chance for the Lancers here. They're down 7. They can get a bucket here, and they'll get the first possession of the second half. Get it into Robinson, right back to Warner with 12 seconds. Warner's, he wants to drive. Now they kick it out to Galindo. He's going to drive. He took steps. No call. Vikes get the rebound with 3 seconds. Will they get a shot off? Doesn't look like it. Weren't able to get a shot off, but they do have a 7-point lead. Headed to the locker room. They lead the Lancers 30-23. We'll step away for 3 minutes and be back with our Eye Care Associate halftime show. You're listening to Viking basketball on B93.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At IdeaTech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees. Then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Reaching your goals is closer than you think at Labette Community College. With 25 programs of study, 6 certificate options, and a campus that cares, your journey at LCC is sure to lead to success. Become a Cardinal. Visit labette.edu to learn more today.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
All right, thank you, Karen. Back live at the Lancer Classic. We are at halftime. The winless and 8th-seeded Vikings leading the top-seeded Southeast Lancers by a score of 30-23 as we get going with our Eye Care Associate halftime show, brought to you by Eye Care Associates in Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Quick check of the scoring totals. Just 3 guys in the scoring column for the Lancers in the first half. Tyler Warner was just a monster. I mean, just relentless on his dribble penetration, and he leads away with 12. Blake Robinson had a good first half with 9 points, and Garrett Berger chipped in with 2. Much more balanced attack for the Vikings. They were led by Marion Morton with 11 points, 6 points for Preston Heitman. Then we had 3 points apiece for Jason Shaw, Connor Largent, Andrew Hauk, and 2 points apiece for Deshaun Pleasant and Andre Ford. So again, 30-23, Vikes leading at the break. And Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you for some incredibly even first half stats. You know, it's hard to believe the Vikes are actually leading by 7 because the stats are so even.
Yeah, it's I mean, unofficial, but I have 2 turnovers, 3 apiece. Both teams have 3. Offensive rebounds, both teams have 5. Defensive rebounds, both teams have 10. Southeast is 11 for 26 for 43%, and the Vikings are 11 for 25 for 44%. The only difference is we made more 3-pointers and we made 3 free throws. That's the only reason we have a lead.
That's exactly
Otherwise, it's identical on the stat sheet.
Yeah, we have 5 3-pointers to their 1 and outscored them 3-0.
That'll do the 7
on
points.
The free throw line, and that's your 7 points. And I'm a little bit surprised. Warner has been so aggressive going to the basket. You know, zero free throws attempted by the Lancers. I can't believe at some point that there wasn't a foul called. I know they got him for there was the odd call on Morton when Warner tripped over him. And they did get Warner on 1 offensive foul. But, yeah, they've let a lot go in the first half. And
I don't want to sound negative in any way about our shooting, but I would fare to be pretty close to being correct that we have just as many 3-pointers made in this game than we've made all season.
Yeah, that's.
I just don't. I don't think we've shot very many. We haven't even really shot very many threes this year.
That is true. The attempts have been down.
I mean, we've. I take that back because I know. And this is terrible to say again. I'm not trying to be negative, but the 6 points that we scored in the first half at Coffeyville were both 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be, but by far. 5 3-pointers for us in a half.
That's a big.
Is 100% the most 3-pointers we've made in a half this year. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, it just really hasn't been. It hasn't been our strength, and it has been for years.
Yeah,
I mean, you just think back to last year.
Yeah.
You know, you had Connor Barkus, Joe Keel. I mean, just a lot of different kids that shot the 3 well, and. It just, I know Shaw likes to shoot them, but he really hasn't. He hasn't even really. But you got to think of some of the defenses that we've played lately.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It's just been swarming all the way out to the perimeter to where we couldn't even get a 3-point shot off.
Yeah, that's true. And that's an outstanding point because I think at some point over the years, I've made the comment about how even if you go back and look at old college games. When the 3-point line was brand new, they still would pack in zones and dare teams to shoot. And now that is not a thing anymore.
No.
Now these defenses, like even the zone we saw that Southeast played, those top 2 guys in the zone, they were all the way out at half court. It wasn't like they were sitting back, just letting the Vikings throw the ball around the perimeter. It was, it was a very aggressively played zone, and that's just, that's basketball.
I feel like our ball movement
2026.
has been way better tonight.
Yep.
Quick passes, great ball movement, and just you're finding more openings, and you're getting open shots, and we've looked to get the ball down low a few times, and it's worked when we've got it down low a couple of times. I know that we've had a couple of shots blocked, but we've got to keep trying to go at the big guy.
Yes, we do.
And try to get him in foul trouble and try to get him off balance and get some fouls. And I think if we can get to the free throw line, knock down some free throws, and hey, if the threes are flying, knock down a few more threes and try to come out here with a win tonight.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would definitely shock, I believe, this Lancer crowd that thinks that just because you're a 1 seed, you're going to just walk through the first round, and that's not normally the case.
Yeah, definitely not how it played out in the first half with the Vikings leading at 30-23. As far as foul trouble goes, nothing too serious. Sims has 2 for the Lancers, and for the Vikings, Morton and Shaw also have 2. We're getting pretty close to the start of the second half, so we'll just keep it here at the gym. Vikes led at the end of the first quarter 14-13, and then they had a good second quarter outscoring the Lancers 16-10. And Tony, the one thing that you never know how the second half is going to play out, but I sure like the balanced scoring of the Vikings as opposed to the Lancers essentially relying on 2 guys to score all their points.
That's been us all year.
It has.
Right. It's almost like a turn of the tables. It's just we're the more balanced team tonight instead of being the team, just having 2 guys scoring the scorebook. So it's nice to see that.
So here we go, ready for quarter number 3. Lancers will have the ball as we get going in the second half. Robinson gets it into Galindo. Looks like the Vikes are going to open up in a straight man-to-man. Robinson hands it off to Warner. They want to go right down to the big man. Oh, and he missed another easy one. And they are so close to roll it in. He's only made 1 of about 5. So the Vikings with a 7-point lead, looking to extend it here. Largent to Ford, gets a good screen, pulls up from 14. Off the mark, and then he commits a foul. And I noticed off that shot, the Lancers were sending a guy long immediately, Tony.
Yeah,
so they might be looking to do a little cherry picking here, steal a couple of baskets.
They had a streaker right away.
So that foul was Ford's first and the team's first, and that is a travel. If you're watching the live stream, it sure looked like that could have been a travel. And nearly a backcourt violation. Three-pointer goes down. Robinson gets his second 3. He is now in double figures with 12. Down to a 4-point lead for the Vikes at 30-26. Shaw, nice move. Tough shot. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. He was fouled by Galindo, his first.
Yeah, Robinson has a very weird release on his shot, but it works.
It works. It does work for him.
He has knocked down some shots.
Jason Shaw, the 6'1 senior, has 3 points on the night, his first trip to the line. First free throw goes down. He will have 1 more. 31-26 is your score. Vikes by 5. 7 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Shaw's second free throw in and out, no good. And Berger, good box out and rebound for the Lancers. Here comes Warner with it. Puts it in the corner to Gayburn. Out top to Robinson. Berger has it. He wants to go strong. Boy, just goes over everybody, and it's an offensive foul. And
he's like a bulldozer.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
I think if he wouldn't have went so aggressive, I think they would have got a blocking foul.
He needed just one more. He needed to spin.
Yeah.
He just kind of needed to, instead of trying, like you said, like a bulldozer or like a bull, one spin move is all he needed.
Oh, that was a carry, but we'll take it.
So the Vikes have the ball in a 5-point lead. Ford kicks it out to Largent. He wants a three. No good. And pulled out of there by Galindo.
That's not our shot.
Galindo. Now they go down low. Now they kick it back out to Gayburn. Good position by the big guy. This time he kisses it off the glass. So he now has 4 points, and all of a sudden it's just a one-possession game at 31-28. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pleasant has it stripped. Oh, a foul. I don't know. It looked clean from here.
We'll take that.
22, Blake
Robinson can't believe it, but he gets his first personal. And already the team's third. So a lot more whistles here to start the second half than what we were seeing in the first half. Shaw to throw it in, gets it into Largent, right back to Shaw. Into the paint. Oh, good look underneath to Heitman. He couldn't get it to go. Good play by the Vikes. They just couldn't convert.
0 for 3 on the start of the second half.
Yeah, a little slow start for the Vikes. Lancers can tie it on this trip with a three-pointer. Warner with it. It's like they're really wanting to get it to the big guy. Robinson, a guarded three, no good, and somebody got shoved, but no whistle, and putting it in off the offensive rebound is Berger. He's kind of taken over here in the third quarter. 1 point lead for the Vikes at 31-30, 5:15 to go in the third quarter. Houck out on the floor now, gives it off to Largent, back to Houck. If he had caught it cleanly, I think he was going to launch a long three. Shaw resets the offense. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Vikings need a basket. They've been outscored 7-0 here in the third quarter. Shaw lost it out of bounds. Oh.
Second on the clock.
Yeah, 1 second on the shot clock. So the Vikes can get off a decent shot here. It's been a rough start to the third quarter. There we go, Shaw gets it in. Oh, he took a dribble. Did he get it off? No, it didn't hit the rim anyway, so it's a shot clock violation. Coach Houck says, hey, they are just coming down on our arms. You got to blow the whistle. At the other end, the big guy comes up short, but he gets an offensive rebound, and he's probably going to score again. No, he missed it. Vikes catch a break. Just a 1 point lead for Parsons, 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Vikes have been shut out. Here's a three from the near side. It goes down. Big shot by the junior, Andrew Houck. He now has 6 points. Vikes lead by 4. Warner backing everybody down again. Partially blocked. But he's going to get to the line to shoot two. They're going to call a foul on Parsons. They got Heitman.
First free throws.
His second personal foul. Tyler Warner shooting free throws.
So Warner, yeah, these are the first free throws of the night for the Lancers. Warner's first one is good.
Solomon Scott checks in for the Lancers.
He has 13 of the team's 31. Robinson has 12. The other 6 go to Garrett Berger. Just 3 guys have scored, but it's working. Second free throw goes down. Back to a 2 point lead for the Vikes at 34-32. Pleasant. Let's swing it around. Houck gets it down low to Heitman. Kicks it back out to Shaw. So a new guy out on the floor for Solomon Scott out there for the Lancers. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Shaw down low to Heitman. Goes up over his defender, and he got the roll.
Wow.
Nicely done by the sophomore. He now has 8 points. Back to a 4 point lead for the Vikes. 3:35 to go. Here in quarter number 3. Gayburn on the near side. Throws it over to Scott. Now Galindo. Back to Scott. Very patient on this trip Three-pointer by Robinson. That's well off the mark. So far off the mark, though, that it's an offensive rebound, a basket, and a foul. Tough break for the Vikes. You know, Warner, Tony was able to tell that shot was so far off that he was able to sneak in there and snag it. That's a tough break for the Vikes, but heads-up play by Warner. He can get the Lancers to within one. That foul was the third on Heitman. Free throw is no good. So here come the Vikings with a 2-point lead. Lancers have been the better team here in the third quarter. Tough drive. No whistle. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Vikes.
A lot of contact there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of contact that has not been called. Now a 30-second timeout called by Coach Hauk. 36-34 is your score. Vikes by 2. 2:56 to go in quarter number 3. Tony, what do you think the Vikes need to do to kind of right the ship? We had that big three by Andrew Hauk to kind of stop the momentum a little bit. But
yeah, I'm just confused on what's going on. So Marion Morton was pretty dominant, hit 3 threes, got to the free throw line, made 2 free throws, and he hasn't stepped his foot on the court in the third quarter. So there's just a lot of confusion for me when it comes to that. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't think he's in foul trouble. I think he only has 2.
Yeah, I have him down with 2. Heitman has 3, and he's still out on the floor.
And Cole Kennett started the game, played probably a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's been back in since.
Yeah,
so
I think maybe for 30 seconds, if I remember right.
I don't know. Just a little confusion on what's
So here we go. Vikes to inbound it. They get it down low to the big man, Largent, and he scores off the glass. Nice inbound play by the Vikes. Largent now with 5 points. Vikes lead by 4, 38-34, 2:42 to go. They go down low. Oh, nice spin move. He's scoring easily off the glass. Tyler Warner, he has been the best player on the floor here tonight. 18 points by my count. Half of his team's three-pointer looks good and is good, knocking it down. Andrew Hauk. Boy, we've been looking for that shot, waiting for that shot from Hauk. 3 threes tonight for the junior. And that's got to be a walk or something. Unbelievable. An offensive rebound and a putback by Warner. I appreciate his aggressiveness, but at some point the officials are going to have to blow the whistle, Tony.
Yeah, that was crazy there. I'm not sure.
Just a 3-point lead for the Vikes, 41-38. Long three by Shaw. Oh, in and out, and then knocked out of bounds by the Lancers. It probably saved an easy putback by Pleasant because he had the offensive board, and then it got knocked out by Galindo.
Perfect position there for a putback.
Well, here comes your guy, Tony. Morton finally checking in, replacing Pleasant.
I was just confused why he hasn't been playing.
Vikes get it into Morton. Well, right off the bench, he wants a 3, and it's short. May have been partially blocked. He got it back, though. Floater. Got it. And there you go, Tony. That's what you wanted, and it's instant offense.
Yeah, he's the spark plug right now.
Back to a 5-point lead for the Vikes. It doesn't look like either team's going to get sure enough. Good eye by the official. Great cut by Robinson on the baseline, but he stepped on the baseline, and it's a turnover.
Just 4 turnovers apiece for each team. It's been a pretty clean game as far as turnovers.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls. I think there could have been some more fouls called, and I'm not complaining about that because sometimes we complain about too many fouls being called.
Yep.
So here we go. Vikes get it into the front court. Back to a zone defense by the Lancers. Morton at the elbow. He needs help. Somebody needs to get open. Oh, nice cut to the basket by Ford. Left-handed layup goes down. Nice recognition. Give the assist to Morton. 2 more points for Ford. Back to a 7-point lead for the Vikes. Galindo kicks it out to Scott. 3-pointer. I knew it. As soon as he let it go, it looked like he was going to bank it in. Solomon Scott. Big shot for the Lancers there. They needed that basket. Back to a 4-point lead for the Vikes. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Oh, great pass underneath. And laying it in is Largent. Give the assist to Ford. 6-point lead for the Vikes. 40 seconds in the third quarter. Shot in the lane, no good. Short by Gayburn, and the Vikes have the rebound. They can hold for one shot. Coach Houck wants one shot. He makes it very clear that he wants one shot. And the Vikings will get the first possession of the fourth quarter. A basket here would be huge. Zone defense being played, 2-on-2. Maybe a 2-3 by the Lancers. 15 seconds to go. Boy, that could be a foul. Sure enough. Galindo's going to get whistled for it, I believe, his second.
Fouls on number 5, Chris Galindo, his second.
Like we said, not very many fouls called in this game, so no free throws coming. 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Vikes lead by 6. They led by 7 at halftime. In a very competitive basketball game. Houck gets it in out top. Great catch by Ford out at the top of the key. 10 seconds. Houck back to Ford. Ford splits the defense from the free throw line. Can't get it to go. Oh, then two guys hit the deck. Are they going to call a foul on that? It was just two guys fighting for the ball. They're going to get a foul, or is that just the end of the quarter? Unbelievable. They're going to get Largent for the foul, but it shouldn't really matter because it was
just his first.
It was just his first, and it won't count it was a third quarter foul. So we have reached the end of a very competitive third quarter with your score: Parsons 47 and Southeast 41. We will take just a 30-second break and be back with the fourth quarter. This is Viking basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
So we're back live. Controversial start to the fourth quarter. I honestly didn't even see what happened.
No, it's.
Oh, okay, I see.
They put
a tenth of a second.
Yeah, they put 0.8 back on the clock.
Okay, and I don't know that they should have. Yeah, that's. I didn't even realize they had done that. So we'll recap what just happened. They called a strange foul on Largent, and they put 0.8 of a second back on the clock, and then the Lancers were not able to get a shot off. So now we have reached the end of the third quarter.
Both teams are 18 for 39 now.
That's incredible.
It's just so evenly matched.
Let's try to sneak in a 30-second commercial break, and then we'll be back with the fourth quarter. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
All right, everybody, here we go with quarter number 4, first round action of the Lancer Classic. The 8th-seeded Vikings leading top-seeded Southeast 47-41. As we get going here, Vikings have the first possession. Going to be a zone trap. Vikes have attacked it pretty well for the most part. Houck fakes a 3, gets into the paint, loses it, and then it's picked up by Berger of Southeast. Warner has been Mr. Everything, but this time he loses it. He'll have to run it down. He has 20 points on the night, nearly half of his team's output. 6-point lead for the Vikes, and a 3-pointer by Galindo from the corner is perfect.
Galindo for 3.
His first basket of the night, and it was a big one. 47-44, Vikes lead, but only by 3, 7:10 to go. This one's going to go right down to the end, and then a steal Coach Houck could not believe they're not blowing the whistle on that one either. At the other end, Warner's floater. And now a touch foul at the other end, and the Parsons crowd is really giving it to the officials right now.
Calls on 13, Morton, his third personal. First team foul.
Morton with his third. So Morton and Heitman each have 3. 2 free throws coming for Warner, and he's not going to miss. 21 points for the junior. 2-point lead for the Vikes. Lancers have never taken the lead here in the second half, but boy, they're about as close as you can get right now. 47-45. Vikes by 2, 7:03 to go in the ball game. And as good shooters often do, Warner gets the roll. 1-point lead for the Vikes at 47-46. Morton gets his man in the air, now kicks it out to Pleasant. Out top to Shaw, over to Heitman. Oh, ball's lost again. Another turnover by the Vikes.
Turnovers.
The Vikes are going to have to clean things up on the offensive end, fighting so hard trying to get their first win, that elusive first win of the season. Warner in the paint, goes up. Everybody thought it was a travel. He missed it, gets it back though. And how about a 3-second call, Coach Houck says. But the officials are not listening, to say the least. Warner down low. Gets his pocket picked, and the Vikes have it. Jason Shaw. Oh, great pass underneath. Layup goes down for Pleasant. Great pass by Shaw. 3-point lead for the Vikes. 6 minutes to go in our game. And near traveling, that's got to be a traveling violation or a double dribble. Are they going to call a foul? I can't believe it. Tony, that was a turnover all day long.
Fouls on 13, Murray Morton.
Did I miss anything?
I don't know.
And now Martin has his 4th foul. That's a huge, huge call. He'll head to the bench. Houck checks in. That's hard to figure. So here we go. Vikes lead by 3. Lancers have the ball. Jump shot. No good, and a nice rebound on the weak side by Shaw. Pleasant in the corner. Down to Largent, back out. Shaw to Heitman. Houck thought about the 3. Now he finds Pleasant. He does launch. Oh, in and out, no good. I thought it was going to stay down. Here comes Gabern with it. Another chance to tie on this trip with the 3-pointer. Oh, great defense, stepping into the lane. Can Heitman run it down? He saves it. Who's going to get the loose ball? Oh, wow. Look at that. A breakaway layup at the other end. Tough break for the Vikings. Berger lays it in at the other end. Back to a 1-point lead. At the other end, 3-pointer. No good. Bounces off the back iron and goes over the backboard, so it'll go over to the Lancers. Just a 1-point lead for the Vikes. Lancers can get their first lead of the second half on this trip. 49-48, Vikes lead by 1. 5 minutes to go in our game. Robinson with it. Vikes have gone to a zone. I take that back. They've stayed in a man-to-man. I thought they'd gone to a 2-3 zone. Gabern with it to Galindo. Guarded out top by Heitman. Scott gets it to Gabern in the corner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Warner with it. Could have been an offensive foul. They didn't call it, but the shot is missed. The Vikes have it, and what do we have? An injury? We have a flop warning on the Vikings after everything that Warner has done.
Are you kidding me?
Coach Houck is visibly upset, and he has every right to be. You can probably hear some of the credit. This is strange, Tony. This is really getting bizarre.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't either. So here we go. Vikes with the ball in a 1-point lead. Southeast staying with that zone, and they get a turnover. Warner is going to slow it up, gives it off to Robinson, tries to split the defense and scores. And Southeast has the lead for the first time this half. 50-49. They lead by 1 with 4:05 to go in the game. Shaw, great move. Steps under everybody, but can't get the layup, and it's pulled out by Warner. Coach Houck may need a timeout. Defender falls down, and that's going to allow a layup that's missed. Robinson missed it. Vikes catch a huge break at the other end. Three-pointer by Houck. No, he pulls it down. Great look underneath to Shaw, but now that looked like a clean block, Tony, and they're going to get 2 free throws coming for Shaw.
Wow.
Vikes may have caught a break on that.
Second personal. First team foul.
But I got to tell you, although, the fouls are basically even, Tony, but you just feel like the Vikes aren't getting very many calls to go their way.
Yeah.
Shaw's free throw is good.
Jason Shaw shooting free throws. Andre Ford checks in for the Vikings.
He now has 5 points. He's 2 out of 3 from the line. 50-50 is your score with 3:45 to go in our ball game. The winner of this game advances to the semifinals Friday night at 7 p.m. Shaw's free throw got the roll, so it's a 1-point lead for the Vikes, and we have a timeout on the floor. 51-50, Vikes by 1, 3:45 to go in our game. We will take a 30-second commercial break and be right back. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
.345 to go in our ball game. 51-50. It's been a dogfight since the opening tip. Vikes have led most of the way, but the Lancers have come storming back here in the fourth quarter. They actually led briefly. Right now the Vikes with a 1-point lead, but the Lancers will have the basketball. Robinson will walk the ball into the front court. 3:40 to go, 1-point lead for the Vikes. Scott with it, swings it over to Galindo. This time the Vikes have switched to a zone. Scott wants a 3, off the mark, and rebounded by the Vikes. Jason Shaw, every possession important the rest of the way. Ford loses it in the paint and then knocked out of bounds by Southeast. So 24 seconds on the shot clock. Vikes clinging to a 1-point lead, looking for their first win of the entire season. Shaw gets it into Heitman, back to Shaw. His 3 is going to be an air ball, and fighting for it, who's going to get it? Warner quickly up ahead to Scott. Bounce pass to Robinson, gets around his man and missed it. The Vikes have it. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Finally, they blow the whistle. They get Robinson with just his second. And I believe the team's second here in the.
Robinson, his second personal foul.
Yep. So 2 team fouls apiece. We have exactly 3 minutes to go in the game. Here comes Morton. He has 4 fouls. And he will replace Heitman in the Viking lineup. Just a 1-point lead for Parsons, 51-50. 3 minutes to go in our ball game. Lancers will be in a zone. Morton with it. Oh, he takes a tough 3. Oh, in and out, but a great rebound by Largent. And then he got blocked. Now fighting for it. How about a jump ball? Should have been a jump ball. Should have been a jump ball before the foul. Tony, I don't know what's going on down there. I really don't.
No idea.
Number 5, Connor Largent, his second personal. 13 foul.
So here we go. Lancers with the ball, only down by 1. They get it to Warner in the corner. Long skip pass to Scott. Robinson with the 3. Spins off, no good. Who's going to get the loose ball? Should have been a foul on Southeast.
Out of bounds out the Vikings.
Wow. Because Ford had it and it essentially got pushed out of bounds. I'll say one thing, they've been consistent, Tony. I've never Coach Houck is just livid. And you just can't blame him. I just don't understand. So anyway, 51-50, 1-point lead for the Vikes. 2:27. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Viking basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
.227 to go in our ball game. Parsons clinging to a 1-point lead, 51-50 over the Southeast Lancers. Lancers have the basketball coming out of the timeout, inbounding from underneath their own basket. See what they draw up. Drew up in the huddle. They get it out top to Scott. Scott picks up his dribble, and a near steal. Largent has it, and now a foul on Berger.
I guess they just don't want to call him jump balls.
Yeah, because that was close to a jump ball. You're right. Berger picks up his third and the team's third. 51-50. Vikes have the ball in a 1-point lead. Just 2:12 to go. Morton picks up his dribble and needs some help. He gets it from Pleasant. Vikings, can they get their first win of the season? Pleasant. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Shaw, bounce pass to Largent, and it's poked away. It was the right idea, but good defense by the Lancers. Here comes Warner. Shoves off with his arm, no call, and he scores. They're just not calling that. And it's a 1-point lead for the Lancers, 52-51, minute 35 to go. Pleasant needs some help. Out top to Ford. Now to Pleasant. I'd like to see Morton get a touch. And there he is. And a timeout by Coach Houck. That may be his last one. Minute 21. No, I take that back. He had a couple left. So minute 21 to go in the ball game. 52-51. Lancers lead. Tony, what do you think the Vikes need to do? They have 16 seconds on the shot clock. And
I'd like to see Morton get a touch and maybe try to drive to the basket, get like a little floater in the lane.
Yep. And you know if the game's tied or if the Lancers are down by 1 or 2 points late, Warner's just going to bull into the paint.
Yeah, he's done it the whole game.
With one exception, the officials will let everything go.
Yeah.
He got called for one charge back in the first half, I believe, and I mean on that last possession, he fully extended his arm. It looked like to me to create some space, and they just let everything go.
Yeah, you can definitely see some discrepancy on the officiating.
You know, and I think the fouls are pretty close to even. They've definitely called more on the Vikes, but it's not as lopsided as it feels.
Yeah.
It's just that there's been so many whistles that could have been called on the Lancers that just haven't been.
The Vikings only had 4 turnovers through the first 3 quarters. They have 6 in this quarter.
Yeah, it's been a rough fourth quarter.
I mean, you got to just take care of the ball.
Vikes have the ball, down by 1, 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Morton was open.
Yeah, he was. And they tried to get it into him. He can go to the backcourt. That's good. So here we go. Morton with it, guarded by Gayburn. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Vikes need a basket. They're down by 1. Gets under his man, can't get it to go. Rebound by Shaw. Tough shot. He missed it. And Warner goes over everybody. So it's a 1-point lead with possession with 1 minute to go for Southeast. Vikes need a stop. Vikes need a stop right here. Robinson with it. And I think we have a timeout called by Southeast. 48 seconds to go in this game. Well, it has just been a dogfight the entire night. 52-51, 1 point lead for Southeast. They have 20 seconds on the shot clock. Tony, I would assume they're either going to, if Berger is on the floor, they might look to him.
Yeah,
and
I
if
think
not,
so.
they'll probably just say, hey, Warner, they're not calling it.
Yeah, just
get into the paint, shove somebody out of the way, and hit a layup.
Exactly. That's what he's done the whole game.
Like I said back in the first half, I love the kid's aggressiveness, but
Yeah,
my goodness, it's
he's
at
gotten away with a lot.
Some point, those officials have to blow the whistle. I mean, either call it one way or the other.
Exactly.
But there has been a ton of contact that they have let go. Vikings gonna need their best defensive possession of the year. They need to get out on the floor. Southeast is already out there. Heitman, Shaw, Largent, Pleasant, and Morton out on the floor for the Vikes. Here we go. 1 point lead for the Lancers. They have the ball, 48 seconds. Warner out top, guarded by Heitman. He's shoving off again, Tony, out there at the top of the key, and they're going to call a foul on Parsons.
Wow, good thing, because Robinson knocked down a three.
Fourth foul on Heitman. I'll have to go back and watch this off the live stream, Tony, and maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I've never seen a guy be able to extend his arm to create space that often.
Yeah,
the officials aren't going to catch everything, but man.
It's been consistent.
So here we go, and that reset the shot clock, by the way. And so the Vikes
foul.
And I don't think that's the guy you want to foul either. That's going to put Warner at the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
I show him with one miss. 4 out of 5 from the line. He has 24 points on the night. And his free throw is good. It's a 2-point lead. I would have fouled somebody else, Tony. I don't know why the quick foul on Warner.
I don't know if they're trying to get a 2-for-1 here.
And that was the 5th foul on Heitman.
I don't know.
Warner trying to give Lancers a 3-point lead, and he does. 54-51. Vikes do not need a three-pointer here. They have plenty of time, 35 seconds to work with. Boy, that's got to be a foul. They knew they had a foul to give.
Fouls on Tyler Warner, his third personal.
So Warner gets his third.
4th team foul.
Shot. And Coach Houck is going to burn his last timeout. He may be setting up a three-pointer out of this timeout, Tony.
I mean, that's a tough thing because if you miss, then you have to foul, and then you hope you. Yeah, it's.
Tony, the Vikes played the best offense I've seen in a long time for 3 quarters. Now here in the 4th quarter, 1 layup by Deshaun Pleasant and 2 free throws by Jason Shaw is it.
They're 1 for 8 in the quarter with 6 turnovers, and they're still only down by 3. So I mean that's tough to swallow.
Vikes down 54-51, 31.5 seconds to play in regulation. Again, Jason Heitman is fouled out for the Vikes. He had a good night with 8 points. Morton will be out there with 4 fouls. You would think, they got three guys that can definitely hit from outside, Morton, Shaw, and Houck. So based on that lineup, you almost are thinking Coach Houck has designed something for a 3-point shot. Vikes down 54-51, 31 seconds to go in our ball game. Houck to throw it in. Gets it into Shaw. Here we go. Man-to-man defense. Morton with it. We don't want to let too much. Here's Shaw open for three. Oh, it spins out. It was halfway down and came out.
Stepped on the line. It looked like he was on the line.
Fouls on number 5, Connor Largent, his third personal foul.
They got what they wanted, Tony.
Yep.
They ran the play perfectly. Shaw wide open, and the shot was halfway down. This is going to, even one free throw made here is going to make it very tough for the Vikings, as that'll turn it into a 2-possession game. Galindo has not been to the line. He's a senior. He has 3 points on the night. Lancers have everybody pulled off the lane. They don't want a cheap foul. Free throw no good. One more for the senior. Even though there's just the shooter, the Vikes need to make sure they box out. He missed it. Vikes down by 3. They're still in it. 15 seconds to go. Shaw from 3. Short. Vikes almost had the rebound. Oh, that's got to be a foul. A travel. He didn't even have the ball. You can't travel if you don't have the basketball. It's impossible. And Coach Hauk is just beside himself, and I am too, Tony.
Wow.
Our guy got knocked to the floor. He never really had possession of the ball. You don't know how things would have played out, obviously, but the Vikes should have had possession on the far side with about 10 seconds to go and one last chance to force overtime. Now, meanwhile, Robinson, who I believe is probably a very good free throw shooter, just needs to make one to ice it because the Vikes are out of timeouts. And he got it. That should wrap it up for Southeast. This is going to be a hard loss to swallow for the Vikes for a whole lot of reasons. So Robinson, second free throw, spins out. Here come the Vikes down 4. They get it over to Morton. He shoots it with about 3 seconds. It's off the mark, no good, and time's going to expire. And Southeast wins it by a final score of 55-51. That is a tough, tough loss for the Vikings. They fall to 0-11. Southeast improves to 10-1. So we will take a 2-minute commercial break. Be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Reaching your goals is closer than you think at Labette Community College. With 25 programs of study, 6 certificate options, and a campus that cares, your journey at LCC is sure to lead to success. Become a Cardinal. Visit labette.edu to learn more today.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today, hope for tomorrow.
Tonight and just couldn't finish. They got outscored in the fourth quarter, 14-4,
Yep.
and that was their undoing.
Yep, 1 for 10 in the fourth quarter and 6 turnovers. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just not. You can't finish that way and expect to win a game. So
yeah,
I mean, you can complain about the calls all you want, but if you turn over the ball and you only make one shot,
yep, you're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
Especially in a game that was as tightly contested
exactly
as that one was. I'll quickly run down the scoring totals. Great game for Tyler Warner, the junior. He led all scores for the Lancers, 26 points. Blake Robinson was also in double figures with 15, 8 points for Berger, and then 3 points apiece for Galindo and Solomon Scott. Leading the way for the Vikes, Marion Morton with 13, 9 points for Andrew Houck, 4 points for Pleasant, 4 points for Ford, 7 points for Connor Largent, 8 points for Heitman, and 6 points for Jason Shaw. Again, Vikes lose it 55-51, still seeking that elusive first win of the year. And Tony, they will play the loser of this game right in front of us, right?
Baxter and Commerce.
Baxter
Yep.
and Commerce,
This
and
is
that will be
the 4-5 game.
4-5 game. And so
Yep.
at 5:30
Friday.
5:30 on Friday, the Vikings will be in action again. Tony, you just have to believe they're going to get their one or two wins here, especially now that they're on the backside.
I believe so.
Of the draw. And man, they should have. The Mulvane game, this game, you feel like you should already have a couple of wins under their belt. And man, when it's not your year,
it's just not.
your year. So the Vikings, they'll keep fighting hard. That game was so hotly contested. I thought Coach Houck might make his way up, but
yeah,
they'd be over here, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no sign of Coach Houck. So let me think this through. Thursday at 4 for the Lady Vikings.
Thursday at 4, Friday at 5:30.
So Thursday at 4 for the Lady Vikes, Friday at 5:30 for the Viking boys. And again, in heartbreaking fashion, the Vikes fall to top seed Southeast tonight by a final score of 55-51, and that will wrap up our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. For Karen Hardesty back in the studio, for Brody Wright.